He trusted him without hesitation, without questions, and without limits. Not because the person proved trustworthy, but because he felt familiar, close, almost like family. At the peak of his life, when everything was finally coming together, he made one simple choice. He handed over control, believing loyalty would protect him. He didn't see danger because danger doesn't always arrive as a stranger. Sometimes it comes smiling, reassuring you that everything is under control. What started as confidence slowly turned into silence, and what felt like support became the very reason he lost everything he worked for. By the time he realized something was wrong, it was already too late. The damage wasn't loud or sudden, it was quiet, patient, and irreversible. This is the story of how trusting the wrong person didn't just cost him money, but destroyed his stability, his peace, and his future. This story isn't about villains or obvious betrayal. It's about how easily emotions can override judgment, and how trust, when given without boundaries, can become your biggest weakness. You'll see how success attracts the wrong intentions, how small warning signs are often ignored in the name of loyalty, and how one emotional decision can undo years of discipline and sacrifice. Many people believe trust is always a strength, but sometimes it becomes the very thing that breaks you. If you've ever believed in someone completely, given responsibility without control, or ignored your instincts because you didn't want to hurt a relationship, this story will hit close to home. Stay with me till the end, because the lesson hidden in this journey might save you from making the same mistake, before it costs you everything. He didn't build his life overnight. It took years of sacrifice, sleepless nights, and quiet discipline. While others celebrated early wins, he stayed focused, slowly creating stability from nothing. When success finally arrived, it didn't feel loud, it felt earned. That's when the wrong person entered his life, not as a threat, but as support. Someone who listened, encouraged, and understood his struggles. Someone who said all the right things. Trust didn't grow suddenly, it grew naturally. Conversations turned into collaboration, and collaboration turned into dependence. He believed loyalty was rare and should be protected at all costs. What he didn't realize was that success changes dynamics. People don't always reveal their intentions at the beginning, they wait until you're comfortable. The more he shared, the safer he felt. And the safer he felt, the less careful he became. This wasn't a mistake born from greed or arrogance. It was born from emotional comfort. And emotional comfort can be dangerous when it replaces awareness. The first warning signs were small, almost invisible. Delayed responses. Vague explanations. Decisions made for convenience. Nothing serious enough to confront. He told himself he was overthinking. After all, trust means giving freedom, right? That's what he believed. Slowly, responsibility shifted. Tasks he once handled himself were now delegated. Control didn't disappear all at once, it faded. And with each step back, the other person stepped forward. He noticed discomfort, but chose peace over confrontation. Deep down, something felt off, but admitting it would mean questioning someone he trusted. So he ignored his instincts. Success continued, which made doubt feel unnecessary. Money was coming in, progress was visible, and everything looked fine from the outside. But beneath the surface, imbalance was growing. Trust without boundaries creates power without accountability. And power, when unchecked, changes people. By the time he realized trust should come with structure, structure was already gone. One decision changed everything. He gave full access, finances, operations, authority. It felt efficient. It felt smart. Most of all, it felt loyal. "I trust you," he said, believing those words were enough. That moment didn't feel dramatic. There was no tension, no fear. Just relief. But trust without verification isn't trust, it's surrender. Slowly, decisions stopped being discussed. Spending increased. Transparency disappeared. When questions were asked, they were brushed off. "You worry too much. I've got it handled." He wanted to believe it. Confrontation felt like betrayal. So he stayed silent. Silence became permission. The person he trusted began acting differently, more confident, more distant, more entitled. What was once a partnership started feeling like ownership. Respect faded quietly. By the time he noticed he was no longer in control of his own life, control had already been taken from him. Problems surfaced one by one. Payments didn't arrive on time. Numbers stopped making sense. Clients complained. Each issue had an excuse. Each excuse bought more time. Stress replaced confidence. Conversations felt heavy, defensive, and uncomfortable. He began checking things late at night, hoping to prove his fears wrong. Instead, every check confirmed them. He felt betrayed, but also guilty. Guilty for trusting too much. Guilty for not acting sooner. The person he trusted didn't see betrayal, he saw entitlement. He believed he deserved more. Emotions replaced logic. Arguments replaced teamwork. What once felt like mutual respect turned into quiet resentment. The business was still running, but the foundation was collapsing. Every day felt like standing on cracking ground, hoping it wouldn't break. But collapse doesn't ask for permission. It arrives when denial lasts too long. The truth didn't come suddenly, it unfolded painfully. Missing funds. Hidden decisions. Broken promises. When confronted, defensiveness replaced honesty. Apologies felt empty. Trust was already gone. That moment hurt more than losing money. Because money can be rebuilt, trust cannot. He realized too late that loyalty doesn't mean silence, and trust doesn't mean blindness. The damage was done. Relationships around him felt strained. Stress followed him everywhere. Sleep disappeared. Peace vanished. He wasn't just losing a business, he was losing himself. The person he trusted walked away without regret, while he stayed behind to clean the mess. That's when reality hit hardest. The wrong person didn't steal everything in one move. He gave it away, piece by piece, through unchecked trust. The ending wasn't dramatic. No shouting. No revenge. Just separation. Legal consequences followed. Financial losses hurt, but emotional loss cut deeper. Years of effort vanished. Confidence shattered. Starting over felt impossible. He questioned his judgment, his instincts, his worth. Nights were spent replaying moments he ignored. Warning signs he excused. Truths he avoided. Healing didn't come quickly. Recovery wasn't motivational, it was painful. But pain has a way of teaching lessons success never does. Slowly, clarity replaced regret. He understood that trust must be earned continuously, not given permanently. Kindness needs boundaries. Loyalty needs accountability. Without structure, even good intentions fail. Time rebuilt what betrayal destroyed. Not fully, but enough. He learned to trust again, differently. This time with rules. With clarity. With balance. New opportunities came, but he approached them cautiously. Emotion no longer led decisions, wisdom did. He stopped confusing familiarity with integrity. Experience taught him that people don't always betray you out of hatred, sometimes they do it because you gave them the chance. Growth returned. Confidence followed. The loss didn't disappear, but it transformed into understanding. Some lessons are expensive. But the most expensive lessons often protect your future. Looking back, he no longer felt anger, only awareness. He understood that trusting the wrong person wasn't weakness. Refusing to learn from it would have been. This story isn't about avoiding trust, it's about trusting with intention. Success doesn't just require effort, it requires discernment. The wrong person can destroy what took years to build. And sometimes, losing everything teaches you how to protect everything that comes next. If this story feels real, it's because it happens every day. Trust carefully. Decide wisely. Because one wrong person, one emotional decision, can change everything. Sometimes, losing everything is the only way to finally see clearly. He didn't lose his future because he failed, he lost it because he trusted without limits. The wrong person didn't destroy his life overnight, it happened slowly, quietly, through small decisions made in the name of loyalty. This story isn't meant to make you afraid of trust, it's meant to make you respect it. Trust should never replace awareness. Kindness should never cancel boundaries. And emotions should never control responsibility. If you're building something right now, whether it's a business, a dream, or a partnership, remember this: who you trust matters just as much as how hard you work. One decision can cost years. Learn from his loss so you don't have to experience it yourself. Protect what you're building, ask the hard questions, and never confuse silence with peace. Because sometimes, the person closest to you is the one with the power to take everything away.